She stood in her wedding dress, smiling, and then told me I didn't belong. In front of everyone. Today was supposed to be my brother Liam's big day. The wedding hall buzzed with laughter, the clink of glasses, and the soft hum of a jazz band. I'd spent weeks helping plan it, every flower, every ribbon, because that's what I did for Liam. Always had. But in a heartbeat, it all turned into something I couldn't have prepared for. Olivia's voice cut through the noise, steady but sharp. Please stop coming to see Liam. She stood just a few feet away, her champagne flute still in hand, her eyes locked on mine. The room didn't go silent all at once. It was worse, a slow ripple of hush as people turned to stare. My chest tightened, my fingers curling into my palms. You don't belong here, she said, quieter now, almost like she was testing me. Liam has a new life. I wanted to snap back, to tell her she didn't know half of what Liam and I had been through. But my throat locked up and all I managed was a shaky, I get it. The words felt wrong, weak, but they were all I had. I turned toward the door, my shoes clicking against the hardwood, every step heavier than the last. I didn't look back, not even when a chair scraped loudly behind me. I was 11 when our world shattered. Liam was 7, small and wide-eyed, clutching my hand in a sterile hospital hallway. A car accident had taken our parents, and just like that, we were alone. I still hear the doctor's voice, low and careful. They didn't make it. Liam's grip tightened, and I swore I wouldn't let him see me cry. If I broke, he would too. The children's home wasn't awful, kind staff, decent food, but it wasn't home. I threw myself into keeping Liam steady, helping with homework, telling him stories at night. When I aged out at 18, I didn't take the aid programs offered. Instead, I got a job at a diner, then a second one cleaning offices, saving every dime so Liam could have what I couldn't, college, a future. At night, I studied event planning online, dreaming of something bigger. For me, it was always about him. He didn't let me down. Graduated top of his class, landed a job at a sleek corporate firm. The day he called to tell me, I locked myself in the bathroom and sobbed, not from sadness, but from a relief so deep it hurt. Every late shift, every skipped meal, had been worth it. So why, standing at his wedding, did I feel like I was losing him? Olivia came into Liam's life 2 years ago. He'd gushed about her, smart, poised, ambitious, and I wanted to love her for him. She was polite enough when we met, but there was always this distance. I chalked it up to my own nerves. Change was hard. Then came the dinner at her parents' favorite spot, a high-end Japanese place with sliding doors and hushed waiters. Her mother smiled too brightly at Liam. You've really made something of yourself, coming from a children's home. So inspiring. The word inspiring sounded like a pat on the head, not a compliment. Liam shifted in his seat, glancing at me. I wouldn't be here without Em, he said, his voice firm but tight. Her father nodded, but his eyes flicked over me like I was a stray thread in their perfect tapestry. On the walk home, Liam nudged me. Don't take it personally, okay? They're just like that. But I saw the flicker in his face, guilt, maybe. I didn't push it. Wedding planning was my chance to bridge the gap with Olivia. We picked centerpieces, debated menus. She was always composed, nodding at my suggestions, but her smiles never reached her eyes. Then, one afternoon, she dropped the question that changed everything. Does Liam still send you money? Her tone was casual, like she was asking about the weather. It's just now that we're starting a life together, I think it's a bit much. She didn't look at me, just kept folding napkins. My stomach twisted. To her, I wasn't his sister, I was a drain. Her words stuck with me, gnawing at every doubt I'd buried. Was I holding Liam back? That night, I sat him down in my tiny apartment, the hum of traffic filtering through the window. Maybe it's time to stop, I said, forcing the words out. You've got Olivia now, a family to build. His jaw tightened. I'm not stopping, Em. You gave up everything for me. Don't ask me to pretend that doesn't matter. But his eyes darted away, and I wondered if he was fighting her as much as he was fighting me. The wedding day came, and I shoved it all down. I adjusted Liam's tie, smiled for photos, ignored the ache in my gut. Then Olivia cornered me at the reception, her words slicing deeper than I'd expected. Please stop coming to see Liam. The crowd hushed, eyes on me like I'd crashed the party. You don't belong here, she said, softer, but it stung worse. Liam has a new life. My hands shook as I turned away, the door my only escape. Then, a sharp scrape, a chair tipping but not falling. I froze, glancing back. Liam stood there, his face flushed, his tie slightly askew. He didn't move at first, just stared at Olivia with a look I hadn't seen since we were kids. Raw, unfiltered fury. The chair he'd pushed back wobbled on its legs, a faint creak echoing in the stillness. Do you even hear yourself? He said, his voice low at first, trembling with something deep and unshakable. He took a step forward, his hands clenched at his sides. You think you can just dismiss her? Without I'd be nothing, Olivia. She's the reason I'm standing here, the reason I made it. And you want to erase that? His words hung heavy, each one landing like a stone. The guests shifted, some nodding faintly, others frozen in shock. Olivia's lips parted, her eyes wide, but she didn't speak. Liam's voice rose, steady now, cutting through the air. I've spent years trying to pay her back, not because I owe her, but because she deserves it. You don't get to decide, she's not family. I do. The weight of it settled over me, thick and warm. I wanted to reach for him, to say something, but my feet wouldn't move. The room felt smaller, the stares less piercing. For the first time that night, I didn't feel alone. A murmur rippled through the crowd, soft at first, then fading into an uneasy quiet. Olivia's mother coughed lightly, smoothing her dress like nothing had happened. Her father adjusted his cufflinks, his face tight. I exhaled, my hands still trembling, and glanced at the door again. Maybe I could slip out now, let the moment pass. But before I could decide, a new voice broke through, calm, deep, steady as a drumbeat. She's right, you know. Heads turned as a man stepped forward from the edge of the crowd. Tall, graying at the temples, he carried himself like someone used to being heard. Someone whispered his name, Mr. Calloway, a senior partner at Liam's firm. I'd heard of him, the guy who'd taken Liam under his wing years ago. But why was he here? I wasn't planning to crash the party, he said, a wry smile tugging at his mouth. But I owed Liam a wedding gift. He glanced at me, his gaze sharp but kind. And I think I just found it. Olivia's father jumped in, voice smooth. Mr. Calloway, just a little family spat. Nothing to concern you. Calloway didn't blink. Oh, I'm concerned. I've been watching your family's business dealings, Richard. And I've been watching Emily's work too.
He nodded at me.
Her event planning company's been turning heads. Mine included. My breath caught. He knew my work? Olivia's father scoffed. She's talented, sure, but her background. Calloway cut in, his tone ice cold. I grew up in foster care. Worked my way up from nothing. Sound familiar? The room went dead silent. We pick partners for talent and grit, not pedigrees. You do well to remember that. Then came the twist I never saw coming. Calloway reached into his jacket, pulling out an envelope. Liam, this was meant for you, a promotion offer. But I've changed my mind. He turned to me, holding it out. Emily, I want you to take it. Run our new events division. You've got the vision we need. The air left my lungs. Olivia's face went white. Liam stared, then broke into a grin. She deserves it, he said, voice steady now. More than anyone. Olivia's mother tried to laugh it off. This is ridiculous. No, Liam snapped, stepping closer to me. What's ridiculous is thinking I'd let anyone tear us apart. He looked at Olivia, finality in his eyes. If you can't see them as family, this isn't going to work. Olivia didn't argue. She just turned and walked out, her parents trailing behind, their whispers fading into the hall. The guests buzzed, some nodding, others stunned. An old friend from the children's home clapped me on the shoulder. You raised a good one, Em. Calloway handed me the envelope. Think it over. No pressure. But his eyes said he knew I'd say yes. Later, Liam found me outside, the night air cool against my skin. "I'm sorry," he said. "I should have seen it sooner." I shook my head. "You stood up for me. That's enough." I paused, then added, "But I need you to figure out what you want now. I'm not your anchor anymore." He smiled, small but real. "You're not. You're my partner, if you'll have me." Months later, I took Calloway's offer. Liam didn't join me right away. He needed time, and I gave it to him. My company grew, bookings piling up, and for the first time, I wasn't just Liam's sister. I was Emily standing on my own. The day Liam showed up with a business plan of his own, to collaborate, not follow, I knew we'd made it. Not because of money or titles, but because we'd built something stronger than loss or doubt. Together, but free. He grinned at me that day, holding up his proposal. "Oh, and Em, I've been telling everyone about your journey. Our journey. They're hooked. Maybe we should share it with more people. Start a channel or something. What do you say? Want to tell the world? Hit that subscribe button for us." I laughed, shaking my head. Only if they're ready for the whole story. Because sometimes the people the world overlooks are the ones who build it quietly, piece by piece.